Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports.
So this is Helen here from Popternative, speaking with actor Richard Kind about 18 and a half, which is going to have its theatrical debut on May 27th. Thank you so much for your time and being here.
My pleasure.
So Watergate, we're all familiar with it. It's what this movie centers around, but it has a very different take.
Watergate was the first of the true criminal acts of a not very good man.
So I'm guessing you were very drawn to this script then.
Always like that. And politics became, I was in high school when Watergate was happening, and I hung on to every word.
Right.
And the intrigue that all the president's men presented. And bad guys get caught. And bad guys in our government, the GOP, will get caught eventually. It's just harm is going to come to the country before they get caught. But bad guys get caught.
So I'm guessing there's a lot of things you want people to take out from this movie, right? That bad guys will get caught. What else?
No, I mean, this is a movie that is interesting and weird, and I don't know whether or not it teaches a lesson. Now, you have to understand, Helen, it's been 3 years since I read the script.
Right.
It's been 2 years since I've done the movie, and my role in this movie has not a lot to do with the 18 and a half
I was
minutes.
going to say, you're kind of away from the tape.
That is correct.
Yeah.
What my job is, and you have to know your job when you do a movie, is to add to the aura of the world that these two young people are submerged in. I don't have to know anything about what's on their mind or on their plate. All I have to do is let them check into a very weird motel.
I'm glad you brought up the hotel because it's an actual motel. And
it's gorgeous.
Yeah, I was going to ask you to talk about it.
Yes, and it's gorgeous, not in the way that we think is gorgeous, or in a quote unquote Eastern Long Island, Rich Hamptons way. This is a throwback to the 50s and 60s of neon signs and small rooms where the ceilings are that white tile that some of it's a little water stained, but it's on the ocean. You walk out your door and there is the beautiful Atlantic Ocean, and you can walk to it, and it's clean, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous place that, is sort of a semicircle that in the middle is that common area of grass where you can just sit there. It's a real throwback. It is not a glamorous hotel. It is a throwback to what the 1960s used to be, where there's a statue of Captain Jack or something, and it's just weird.
You get that feeling, yeah.
Yes, good. And the people who own the hotel, it's a family. Some of the family wants to sell it, and if it gets sold, the people who are running the hotel now know that a crane will come in the next day, level it, and 3 beautiful McMansions will be built on the water, and you get more of the same view.
Yeah. I also wanted to talk a little bit about Dan Mirvish, because this is not your first time working with him, right? You worked on Bernard and Huey in the past. So how did this project come around? Would he approach you for it?
He knows who I am. He's a fan of my work. I had a nice experience on Bernard and Huey, which I only worked for 2 or 3 days as well. And this movie was a favor, an out-and-out favor, and an intrusive favor, because I had to go out to Long Island, stay overnight, work that day, come home doing this. And when you do independent movies, you don't get paid a lot. So you have to do it because you love the script, and I love the script, and because your schedule is free, and you do a favor. And it's just a favor because you're just doing it to have fun. Hopefully you serve the movie, and he needs the help. And let's face it, he could have cast, it's not a big role. It's a little unusual. And to sell the movie, maybe he needs a name. Now,
Right.
I am not a name that will sell movies.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Well, but it gives a cachet of, we didn't just hire some guy out of New York. We
Mhm.
hired a guy who has a resume and we know his work, and hopefully you enjoy or appreciate his work. Therefore, I have an interest in the movie. I may not see it because of him, but I may have an interest or read what it's about
Mhm.
because that's a face and a name that I recognize. It's
Mhm.
usually just a face that they recognize.
Did you film only your scenes before the pandemic? Because I know this movie had to take a break. The pandemic hit, and then you had to come back.
No, I did one day before the pandemic.
Okay, so you were lucky.
And another day after or during the pandemic. So it was weird. And
Yeah.
I was up for it. I was fine. We were
Yeah.
all tested. It was okay.
Although you said you did a favor, and you kind of come on to this as a favor, but and you said your role is not the prominent role. You still have to stand out because you're kind of bringing in a comedic atmosphere into this like sort of thriller, right? That's not easy to do, I would say.
Well, you could call it comedic. I call it just a head scratcher.
Yeah.
There's what I love about the eye patch.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
There is no reason.
Yeah, we never
Have an
know
eye
why.
Never even brought up, much less explained. It exists. It exists in this world without explanation. And that in itself, it's like when I did, I played Rudy Giuliani.
Yes. Yeah,
in
which
Bombshell.
was fantastic.
It's a fantastic movie. I was not a great Rudy Giuliani.
I thought you pulled it off. I believed it.
What made my performance was the magnificent Oscar-winning makeup,
Mm.
and down at the bottom, the chyron that said Rudy Giuliani, of which the audience perks up and laughs.
Yeah.
My performance was fine. I did not do a great Giuliani, nor did I try. A lot of the Giulianis that are done by like John Lithgow or by the great one on Saturday Night Live, Kate
McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, they are large caricatures of who that man is.
Mhm.
I'm doing a serious movie.
Yeah.
I am Rudy Giuliani. I'm not playing Rudy Giuliani. I am
Mhm.
Rudy Giuliani. Therefore, I cannot do a caricature. So I tried to make it as realistic. I had a little bit of an affectation of Rudy Giuliani, what I heard, a clipped speech, but and the teeth, the fake teeth helped.
Mhm.
But I was not Rudy Giuliani. What I was Rudy Giuliani in that situation.
Mhm.
And so I met it halfway, but I didn't do an impersonation.
Mhm.
I did the same thing here. All I did was be in the movie to give the movie an air of mystery and something is not right.
Mhm. I guess just one last quick question then. People asked this before, but what do you hope people take out of this then when they watch this? Do you hope they just have a good time? Do you hope that
That's
they
it.
just
That's all a movie should be made for.
Okay.
I hope that they are interested, and the word good time is not the right word. Even the word entertainment, that they are interested and continue to watch the movie with an investment.
Mhm.
And that investments can be laughter, investments can be take me away from the world that I live in, investments can mean I learned something from it, but at least you're invested. And I believe the script is good enough and quirky enough and weird enough that they will be invested.
Definitely, I agree.
That's what entertainment should be nowadays.
Right. Well, thanks so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You bet, Helen. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.